On this episode of Beer, Blues, and BS, we got an all-star crew joining the show. And hey, we got the local geek, JS Gunslinger, the doc, and we're going to have a good time. JS is down in Atlanta. He'll tell us all about it and the reason why. Somebody found some pirate treasure, and somebody else is, picked up some strange brews from an Asian market. Or it could all just be JS. The guy is living a very adventurous life. We'll hear all about it, plus some other interesting things that come up. And of course, like dad jokes of the week. It'll be a great time. And it's always a good time, especially when you're here. Because when you're here, you're in a good place. Welcome to the show.
It's Howard Blues and V-Mark Kidder. Pour a cold beverage, pull up a seat, enjoy time with friends.
The Triple B! Well, the Triple B sucks. Okay?
Come on. Whatever, man. This is Beer, Blues, and BS. Online at beerbluesbs.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Beer, Blues, and BS, the podcast that says it's Friday night, and that's all right, because we're feeling tight, and if you're uptight, it's okay. I know the rhyme scheme fell off there. I am your host, the living embodiment of Charlie Brown, Howard Blues, here, as always, with my co-host, the man, the myth, the legend, the Mark Kidder. Kidder, how you doing tonight?
I was okay until that opening 9. Now I'm wondering if you dipped into the surplus of alcohol next to your feet there before we started this thing. And if you did, I'm very sad because I was hoping to be there for it as well because, things and reasons and things. And let's just say that I am just glad to be here because it's been some things. So
yeah, it's been a crazy, stressful couple of weeks for myself, and I'm mentally I'm somewhat here. So let's try to make the best of it. And luckily, there's some other folks joining us as well, which is good because they might have to help carry the show.
Where are we carrying it to?
Apparently, the hospital. Howard is slightly dying over here. Anyway.
We're all dying, Howard. Remember that every step that you take is one step closer to your death.
Boy, we're starting off on an optimistic note, and let's introduce those who are joining us. Back again, he is the Triple B Brewmaster. It is the local geek, Derek. How you doing this evening?
Hey guys, not doing too bad. It's kind of been a busy week, but that's how they go. I'm on call this week for work, so makes for a little busier than normal.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure being on call with tech support is both frustrating and kind of annoying.
Definitely.
I was just wondering if you tried turning it off and turning it back on.
That usually fixes things.
Yeah, which is why he probably hates when he gets like that call at like 2 a.m. and he's like, "Have you tried turning it off, turning it back on again?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, hey, that worked." And he's like, "Yeah, thanks." It's like
the worst one is when the ISP does maintenance at that time of night and doesn't inform us of it, so we don't have our alerts muted and our alerts go off. And by the time I get on, it's already back up.
Yeah. Also joining us this evening, once again, returning, he's basically our West Coast host, but it's, of course, the Triple B Wise Man. The doc is back. Curtis, how you doing this evening?
Doing well. It's been a long week, so I'm glad it's at the end and we have some time here together. So,
all right. Good. And joining us, and for once, not doing any work because
he's a lazy bastard.
No, because he's on the road.
Oh, right.
That's right. Coming to us from Atlanta, Georgia. Why? It's none other than the Triple B Armorer, one JS Gunslinger. JS, how's Atlanta?
Well, not too bad. It's a hell of a lot warmer than it is at home. There's no snow here. And down here for a grooming convention. Get to work the booth for a couple days and see all the people again. And, have a drink with friends for a bit before bedtime. We got to do it all over again tomorrow.
I got to interject here, JS. The last little bit of snow in my yard melted this afternoon, so there's no snow here either.
Hey, I mean, that's a plus. I had to take a very long detour on the way down here because of the massive storm that thankfully that our local weatherman kept me informed the entire drive, where it was, where to go, where not to go. So I had to take a 5-hour detour through Omaha, Nebraska to get to Atlanta.
But you did it safely, and damn it, it was almost scenic.
We did. And had there been a hill on the drive through Nebraska, it might have looked cool. Maybe on the way back we'll go the normal way, but it sounds like there's another storm coming, so
Yeah, I'm glad
Mid
that's
to late
Minneapolis.
week. We'll see.
I'm glad Minneapolis is the one getting it, and hopefully not us. And hey, speaking of other good news, gentlemen, it is time for everybody's favorite segment on the show, and that is What's on Tap. So I'm just gonna call on somebody. JS, what are you having this evening?
well, we are all in for a little bit of excitement because I don't know what the hell I bought here an hour ago, but we're gonna find out. So we went to a Walmart-sized Asian market. We brought one of our employees down with us to the show, and she wanted to make some like world-class ramen. So where else to go but to an Asian market? Well, back in their liquor section, some random stuff. So this is either pineapple vinegar, sake, or apple wine. I really don't know which one, but we're going to find out. It imported pineapple flavor, Chinese writing, good friends, charcoal filtered for refreshing and clean taste, net contents 375 milliliters, and it is 14% by volume.
I'm gonna go with sake. Just based on the ABV.
It is, however, well, I shouldn't say it, somebody's already might have something from here on the show, but it is produced and bottled in the Republic of Korea and imported by Jinmunyoung Corporation of Niles, Illinois, and it contains sulfites. Felt that was important to tell you.
It could also be soju, since it's from Korea.
Gesundheit.
Could be. Really tiny rating. Says apple wine with pineapple flavor, product of Republic of Korea. Okay, well maybe it's okay. It's not vinegar. So
Apple wine would be sake most likely.
we're gonna put this in a glass because I don't know if I want to. Maybe if it's terrible, I'll force the other ones to drink it. Oh god, this looks bad.
And the
It's
glass,
like-
being all classy over there.
I was just gonna say classy
Water
AF.
clear. That has some bite to it, but it's really good. Yeah, this is pineapple wine, but it's more like pineapple vodka. There's definitely some sake there. It's good. I'm not going to drink the whole bottle because I'm going to be hammered, but it's not bad at all. I mean, I have to actually be productive and professional in the morning. Oh, look at that. We got some Nature's Nectar piña to add to it.
I like that you have some assistants there to bring you the beverage. Also, local geek. I was going to say the same thing, so thank you.
There you go. That makes the drink. Yep.
Pen pineapple, apple pen.
I got something from Korea. It didn't kill me. It wasn't vinegar.
And all right, let's jump over to the dock. Curtis, what are you having this fine evening?
So I have Voodoo Ranger
Ugh.
Hard charged peach tea.
Oh.
So New Belgium has their Voodoo Ranger IPA line, but now they have a line of hard tea under the same branding. So this one, it is 7% alcohol by volume. Claims that it is made with real tea. I don't know what fake tea would be, but apparently that implies it is such a thing. So
I make the salmon. You know, you have chicken, but also even there you go.
So it's not bad on the front. It has a really good peach tea flavor, but the aftertaste is you can definitely tell that there's alcohol to it, and it's not like the most pleasant aftertaste. So I guess if you were going to chug it, it'd be fine, but I'm not going to chug a 24-ounce can of this tea.
Oh, come on. You can do it.
We could see what happens.
Yeah, not tonight.
Oh,
Let's
save
make
that
it to table 9.
he goes from 1 and skips to 9.
Yeah, I'd probably give that like a 2.75.
Local geek, you mentioned something to do with fire, and I think it has something also to do with your drink, if I recall conversations we've had. So, what are you having this fine evening?
Well, as I mentioned, I'm on call for work this week, so alcohol's out. However, my brother-in-law kindly let me borrow some of his spiritless Kentucky bourbon. So I've made myself an old-fashioned with that. And for my birthday, I got this cocktail smoker kit. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little smoke into this bourbon mocktail of mine. And just for Kidder, I'm using the cherry wood.
Get the hell out of here.
So I'm gonna try to hold this up where you guys can see me light it up. Of course, the lighter's gonna not work for me. I don't know if you can see the smoke kind of going in there or not. Maybe a little bit.
Little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let that kind of make its way through there, and I'll take a sip here in a little bit after you and Kidder have your drinks.
All right. I guess that means Kidder, you're up. What you having? What you drinking?
Well, let me tell you that it was a good day for the Avalanche, and that's kind of breaking sports news. Brock Nelson, who's been playing with the New York Islanders for some time, has been traded to the Colorado Avalanche. So, former Fighting Sioux player Brock Nelson, now with the Fighting Sioux, and a Colorado Eagles goaltender who also had played with the Fighting Sioux but signed a 1-year deal. Very excited about that. So, we're celebrating with a little Mountain Time. New Belgium's Mountain Time Premium Lager. Wish I could find the actual 12 packs or 24 packs or even a 6-pack of this, because then I wouldn't have to drink the rest of the garbage like the Voodoo Rangers and the samplers.
Well, their headquarters is in La Crosse, Wisconsin. So you just give yourself take a little trek over there. And
Let's see here. This one, since I cracked it up, it claims Fort Collins, Colorado, and Asheville, North Carolina. Is what they claim for this one. Colorado may be too far away. Local Geek already knows my rating, so
It's somewhere in the spreadsheet.
yeah.
Well, I have flipped now back and forth between which drink I'm going to have this evening. But since New Belgium seems to be the brewery of choice, I have switched over to from the New Belgium brewery their Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA that I'm pretty sure Kidder gave me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, there's not much to say on this except it's a 9% alcohol by volume. So,
wow.
there you go. So,
tastes like pine tree.
And that is a refreshing Imperial IPA. Nice little
High.
citrus notes on the end. It's great. It's great. I'm enjoying it. I mean,
Your abilities in your comments tonight seem like you are under the influence, sir.
Howard has not gotten a lot of sleep, had a lot of stress, and downright partially delusional. So
I'm going to have to ask you to step away from the cough medicine.
I actually haven't been on cough medicine for a while.
Seems like you're on some Scissor right now.
It's just as I said, it's all the stress and such. It's just I'm slightly delusional.
Same.
Which is okay. Thanks for a good show for you guys. So yeah, I think I've had this on the show, and I think I've given it a rating before. But I would
-2.
I'd probably rate it about like a 3.5, somewhere in there.
In the Canadian scale?
No, just in our scale.
Well, 3.5 Celsius, so it's like, I don't know, 10 below, something like that.
Perfect.
I mean, it's not like you guys are having to drink it.
Indeed.
Although, there was
you
a thing called IPA Appreciation Month where we had to drink every IPA water known to man.
And you
I did share earlier, Kidder, that I'm coming out your way, and I'm going to bring you the best IPA from the Pacific Northwest I can find. And by best, I really mean worst.
It'll basically be bottled salt water from the ocean.
From the dirty part of the ocean.
Yes.
But you know what? We have the perfect response to that. We have the free versus paid for Malort test that Curtis has volunteered to take.
No, see, we already had that. See, when I shared that, we already had the discussion because Howard said, "Oh, I have a Malort for you here," and I was like, "Yeah, I've already tried that. We're good. We're done." So
when
we still haven't done the free versus paid one, so we gotta.
I would never pay for it.
Tell us which one is better.
Yeah, but because I would never pay for it, so the control condition would never exist. Therefore, you can't test the variable.
I will pour you $1 worth of Malort, and you can buy a $1 shot of Malort, and then you can say you paid for it. You'll take one you paid for and one that you got free.
No, I've never paid for it. I never will. The 2 times I had it, it was free. So.
I'm never getting this shot of Malort out of my garage, am I?
No.
So I pulled the smoke off the top of this. It smells real nice and smoky. It didn't pull a ton of smoky flavor in, but there's just like enough of it that it enhances it a little bit. This bourbon has like no bite to it because, of course, the alcohol's cooked out of it. So that makes it a little different too, but it's a pretty decent old fashioned, really smooth.
Did you add a cherry?
I added the cherry wood.
Ooh, that works.
Y'all are heretics.
I was gonna say, Kidder's up there shaking his head, so he's got
Heretics.
I don't know. Could be good.
But while we're kind of on the subject of my birthday presents, I brought a couple of them that I wanted to share with you guys that I thought you might like. The first being the Big Book of Clone Recipes for Beer.
nice.
Oh yeah.
And it does have the official beer of Farva Shinerbach in here, so I will be doing a Shinerbach clone at some point. There are also some other ones that are a little less interesting. There were Schlitz in here. There's hams.
Yeah.
So
So that's done in what, like an hour?
how long does it take you to take your zipper down and fill up a bottle?
Oh.
Instant beer.
I remember one year in college, I was working the summer programs in Walsh Hall.
Rest in
I
peace.
was going to say, may it rest in peace. And so we were moving in like the day after everybody moved out, and we came in, and there had been like some big party in there the last night that went completely out of control. And the main stairwell all the way up, like every like foot and a half, somebody had written in huge letters, hams, 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 hams. And I'm okay, so they had a rager party, and it wasn't even with good beer.
They went ham on it.
College, we can't afford good beer in college. You know how many?
You gotta do better than that, though.
You know how many cases of natural light I had to drink in college because that's all I could afford.
That's still a step up, you know.
Natty Light is
Beer
not
30.
good.
Beer 30. I wish they still made it because that was some quality water.
Now Natter Days, those are damn good. I enjoy me a good Natter Day, especially when it's hot out. It's like right on par with some summer shandy for summer beers.
JS hasn't seen or heard the Beer 30 or Beer 30 Ice. It was a 30 rack for $10, and it was available only in Nebraska. So Nico would bring up 30 packs, gave him $1 for transport.
That sounds wonderful. Maybe I'll have to look for that the next time when we go through Nebraska.
As far as I know, they don't make it anymore.
Oh man!
But I mean, you could polish off a 30 rack, get hydrated, and still be able to do anything that you could because you're probably at a 0.02.
I also did pick up some more weird oddball beer for you guys. I'll add that to your Christmas presents that are still sitting underneath the Christmas tree in my living room that have not been taken down.
Can't take the tree down if there's presents under it.
Very nice of you to have an
That's right.
IPA sitting over in the corner.
Yes. They were not IPAs. This actually looks like it could be a good beer this time instead of just crap that I find. But, it looks like it could be a good beer.
One of these times, I should get beer, like 6 beers of like 3 different types. So like 6 sours, 6 IPAs, 6, porters, and put them in boxes, wrap them up, and then you get beer type roulette. You pick a random box. You could get a box of 6 sours, which most of us seem to like sours, but you could also get 6 IPAs. This has some potential.
As long as you don't find a way to mark the boxes so you know which one's the IPA is, so you could give it specifically to Kidder. Or
well, he would. I mean,
maybe so
I
you
already
could
know.
mark the boxes
I already know
and
how
give
this
it
goes.
specifically to Kidder.
I already know how this goes.
Yeah, I mean, Kidder knows I'm smart enough that I like bring 2 to like Derek, because I see Derek most mornings since our kids share a daycare. And just go, all right, hey Kidder, or hey Derek, Kidder's already chosen one, so you get to choose one of these 2. And then I go to JS and I go, hey JS, the other guys picked one, here's the other box. And then I go to Kidder, I'm like, well, I ran to the other 2 guys first, so here you go. And voila, Kidder gets all the IPAs. It's not that hard if I really want to
rampage.
That's okay. I will save all the IPAs for IPA Appreciation Month. The official Appreciation Month, the Triple B.
Hey, look at that ceiling fan with a boob light.
Unfortunately, I can confirm that the brewery that made Beer 30 Ice, and apparently at one point Beer 30 Light, did go out of business.
Yep.
Oh.
So it's not even like they just discontinued it, and we could, start a call-in campaign. Like they're gone.
Do we have the sad music we could play?
Yeah. Cue the sad music.
There we go. Future Howie, and add it in.
It's funny that you bring that up. last night I was doing some editing on the show. I was going through some of the old video files looking for a particular clip, and it happened on the last time somebody said cue the sad music, and I'd actually then screen captured, recorded myself in the editing bay, going in, opening my folder, grabbing the sad music, dragging it in, putting it, and then hitting start, and then it cuts back in the episode. So I actually watched that clip last night, and now it's funny that joke just got brought up again. Coincidence.
Usually,
Hey, Howie.
it's because we're living in the Matrix.
I'm ready for the second favorite portion of the show.
Oh, you mean everybody's second favorite segment? What's on tap? Round 2. Drink.
Hey,
Yep.
you did it. So I might have another first for the show. I know we've had Sapporo on the show, but I don't think we've had Sapporo Black before. I found one of these at the super awesome Asian market as well. Perfectly balanced blend of roasted dark malts with refined hop bitterness. Oh, God. This is one bold lager that is uncommonly smooth. Maybe regretting this choice.
Yep, I did it.
Brewed and canned by Sapporo Brewing Company, Escondido. That's a hard word. Escondido, California, and Richmond, Virginia. 22 ounces, 1 pint, 6 fluid ounces, or 650 milliliters for all you metrics out there. It is 5% alcohol by volume. They have been in business since 1876. I've never had a Sapporo Black, so I'm excited and terrified at the same time. Okay, I might have to go back and get more of that. That is really good. Okay, so it's going to sound weird, but it's kind of like a Guinness mixed half and half with Amberbach.
Okay.
It's got the dark, like robust Guinness flavor, but it's got that kind of like that nutty aftertaste that Amberbach has to it. It's really freaking good. I'm really impressed. I've never had one, but I enjoy this. 4.5? Yeah, this is good beer. If I get a chance, I might have to, if I can make it back there again, I'll see if I can grab a couple more of these and add these into the Christmas present too.
It's a bit nutty.
See, that's the kind of co-host that we need on this show. Somebody who brings good stuff back to us. Not hands out IPAs like it's the, I don't know, fruitcake of the family.
Hey,
Oh, I'm not going to say everything in the Christmas present is good.
also, I've been known to bring good beer every now and then.
I mean, you did bring us Dragon's Milk, which when I get back, the next show I'm actually at home for, I need to drink that damn thing.
And most of those Wild Series ones have been really good.
Yeah. It's just,
Otherwise-
for the month of August. And the
Well, I
occasional
think the
weird
next-
thing.
I think the next show we're doing, I think I'm going to be in New Jersey for that one. So you get another one from the road.
Nice.
Yeah, our March travel schedule is absolutely crazy. So we got back from Roatan, Honduras on Monday. We were here for a day and a half. And on Wednesday at noon, we left for Atlanta. We leave Atlanta probably Sunday at 5, 6 o'clock, something like that. Got to be back by Tuesday morning. We were here for a week, and then we turn around and go to Secaucus, New Jersey for another grooming convention. Yeah, I'm gonna have like 8,000 miles on my belt in less than a month.
Well, at least there's, like 200 some episodes of the show. So, you got plenty of entertainment on that, on those car rides.
Between the show and the 564 hours of the #1 rated half rock show in the afternoon section of the Midwest, I had all kinds of music and entertainment.
Must have tapped that app.
You know what else is entertaining, JS? Dad jokes of the week.
Yes. Lay it on me, Howie.
Had to get this in. Much to
I mean, you didn't have to, but
listen, I stopped doing this for a while, and like people kept like, "Where'd the dad jokes go?" So,
people as in you.
no, others requested this.
Okay.
You've been outvoted, kidder.
So here we go for dad jokes of the week. I really want to buy one of those supermarket checkout dividers, but the lady behind the till keeps putting it back. If people stood shoulder to shoulder around the equator, 2/3 of them would drown.
That's a deep one.
Yep.
I'm not a big fan of stairs. They're always up to something.
Or looking down on you. Getting you down.
What's ET short for? Because he's only got little legs. There you go.
And I got one out of mine for you too.
Oh, good.
Great.
A bonus one.
What do you call two guys hanging on a window? Kurt and Rod. and because you did the stairs one, I got to do this next one too. Elevators must feel sick all the time. They're always coming down with something.
Like Aerosmith over there.
Nice.
So I have to throw that over to Doc and ask him how he feels about that joke, since it feels like he was mildly attacked as part of his name.
I mean, it doesn't affect me.
I felt personally attacked.
I did not feel any of them were particularly funny, but that's not a reason to be personally offended, because
He's not hanging out by a window.
yeah, that too.
Yeah, he's in the cabin right now. He's in his office. It's a nice plant. Is that a jar of sake behind you next to the album?
I'm guessing it's not, but I do wish it was.
So, I have breaking news. I found pirate treasure on a tropical island while snorkeling.
Wow.
I found somebody's wedding ring. I don't know whose it is. There's no names or inscriptions on it, but it's mine now.
When you get married.
I'm guessing it's a woman's, because I don't know, or a small man, I guess, because it just barely fits my pinky finger. But yeah.
You know, it may have ended up in the water because like somebody was getting divorced and it was like, I'm done with this. And so now you picked up a cursed ring that has all that bad energy.
Yeah, you might be onto something.
It's plausible.
I haven't died in a car crash yet, so unfortunately, it's not cursed enough. But
don't
we were snorkeling right up.
Don't look at the memes that he and I have shared.
Nothing concerning, I promise.
Just imagining the episode of The Office when they're at the pool party and they find the ring and they're like, "You can't have it. It's from a broken marriage. It's cursed." And they like put it in a little like paper boat and they're like, "Kill the ring. Kill the ring." That's what you got to do.
Eagle's gonna come out of the swamp.
So we were snorkeling right off the coast of Groton Island there in one of the bays, and I was just having fun checking out the parrotfish and whatnot, and then all of a sudden I see what looks like a gigantic piece of gold sitting in the water there, and I got super excited and picked it up, and then realized it was just a small ring. But yeah, it's actual gold. Appears to be actual silver. I'm gonna take it into a jewelry shop and have them take a look at it and see what they can tell me about it. But yeah, I found my very own pirate treasure.
There's gold in them there hills.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, we had a great time. Took the kid out for his first dive, so I got to share Walker's first dive, my first open water dive together. So that was a good time. He did great. Handled it really well. Got to see sea turtles. There was a big moray eel to come out of the rocks right next to us. Yeah, I mean, all kinds of fish. It was a super good time. We had a great time, and now he's hooked on diving too. So I got another really expensive hobby to get into.
I'll share another one of my birthday presents here. Here's a fun little project that I got. It's a Lego baby Simba from The Lion King.
I saw that on your Facebook. That thing looked pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like 1,500 pieces. It took me a week to put it together over my lunch breaks. But it was really fun to put together, and it looks really cool. So I'm happy with it.
That's awesome.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say the Lego set. I recognized it because we have it downstairs. Nice. a little over a year ago, my housemate had 2 weeks off between jobs and needed something to do, and he wandered into the Lego store, and then that became his new thing. So we've been putting together Lego sets now for over a year. And we have out in our garage the Eiffel Tower Lego set. Whoa. It's like 11,000 pieces. It's the biggest set they've made so far. It's like 11,000 pieces or whatever. And we've had it there for like a year. And I keep saying like, well, why aren't we putting it together? And two reasons. One, it's 4 feet tall, so I'm not sure where we put it in the house. And secondly, he's like, that's the biggest one. Once we do that, like there's no going back. Like you've done, like you know, sort of like you've reached the pinnacle. So he's like, we have to wait till they come out with a bigger one, and then we can do that. But we've done some pretty big ones. Like we did the Titanic, the Concorde, like just huge. We haven't done the Millennium Falcon only because it's like we're trying to like keep most of them and find places to put it, and it just seems weird to just have like one Star Wars thing. Mm-hmm. But we have one of our guest rooms is entirely Disney themed, so that's why we have like the Simba and like all the Disney ones. But,
nice.
But yeah, that Eiffel Tower one, it's sitting out there. Someday.
Yeah, my son started helping me put it together, and he goes, "Dad, this one's too hard for me." So I was like, "Okay, I'll do it over my lunch breaks." And they do have a more age appropriate for him Simba one that we'll probably order and have them side by side once they're both put together. But
yeah.
So this one does say right on the box, like 18 plus. The other one I think is for 6 and up. So
I need to look to see if Lego has made one of the Chrysler building.
I think they have. I think I have seen that one.
Yeah, it may be discontinued. I don't think it's because they like phase them in and out. But they do have a whole architecture because we've done like Big Ben, we've done Notre Dame, we've done but
yeah. I'll have to look because reasons.
It might be the goddamn Chrysler building.
Sir, negative impact. That's the goddamn Chrysler building we're talking about here.
That's exactly why. Curtis, I don't know if you know this story. I know the others know it because I told it on the podcast. But when Kidder and I were in high school, we went on a band trip to New York and Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. and Boston. And I bought these little pop-up maps at a gas station. They were really kind of cool because they could fit in your pocket, but then you could pull them out and look at things like New York, and it had all the streets, but it also had the landmarks. And I was looking on it, and I found our hotel. And I just made the comment, to the people I was talking to, like, oh, hey, we're right across the street from the Chrysler building. And this gal who was sitting behind us was like, "What's the Chrysler Building?" She didn't know, and she wasn't one of my favorite people, so I may have spent then the rest of the time coming up with creative ways to point out the Chrysler Building every time we saw it, and then going, "Look, it's the goddamn Chrysler Building." So it was things like we'd be walking down the street and be like, hey, look at this. And she'd come over and she's like, what? I'm like, see that postcard? It's the goddamn Chrysler Building. And so I actually have a wireframe sculpture of the Chrysler Building upstairs in my kitchen. I've been looking, they have those metal little models that you can fold. And I've looked at the Chrysler Building, one of those. But a Lego Chrysler Building, that might work. Yeah.
If I had my computer up, I'd be checking eBay for you right now. But usually every time I hit the back button on my phone, it kicks me out of the program, and then I got to rejoin and hanging about.
It's okay. I'd have to look and see what's in the old hobby budget because, I bought a lot of models lately. So, yeah, the old hobby budget's a little low on funds.
Yeah, I've had several projects sitting in a small green box in my bedroom that are also waiting on funds.
Yeah. Mine, it just gets hard because it's like, oh, new stuff constantly comes out, and at the same time, I'm like, man, my painting production has been so low. I'm like, I'm way behind. I've been sitting here looking at all my started projects, going like, I should start on something, but not sure what. So.
I've been waiting to buy a new upper for a SIG 320 that I'm building for competition, but they want $1,000 for just the upper receiver and a barrel, and I've already got like $700 into this gun in the lower. So, and that doesn't include the optic, any of the rest of the stuff. So yeah, we haven't built that one yet.
It's amazing how much some of these hobbies cost. So
tell us about it.
So it looks like Lego have a New York City skyline set that includes the Chrysler Building. It also has the Flatiron Building, the Empire State Building, Statue of Liberty, and the new One World Trade Center. But they don't have a standalone Chrysler Building. However, there are hobbyists who have instructions, so then you can go buy the pieces and build it.
I'll just keep an eye out for it. My son is big into Lego right now, so I have a feeling that there's more Lego coming in my future. So
I'd be curious, how much is that New York skyline set?
Oh, it's $60.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah,
that's downright affordable.
And it was $60, and you know what? I think I should have looked at how many pieces it was, because that's the important thing. It did say ages 8 and up. It's only 598 pieces, so or ages 12 and up. It looks like, yeah.
$60 won't even buy me the flat-faced trigger. That doesn't even include the rest of the stuff. That's just a little piece of metal I put my finger on. Get the grips alone for that damn thing were $100.
To give you an idea, where is he? There he is. This guy alone is an $80 model.
Damn, your potato vision isn't doing it justice.
No, it's not. There we go. There's the red Gobbo. So
interesting.
Yeah, but that's a $80 miniature.
Yeah.
So I could buy a whole Lego set for less than that.
And you could even glue it together.
I don't tend to glue my Legos together. Never have.
I don't think I ever have either. I was really tempted. My son and I did a bigger, and it was some kind of I don't know if it was a X-Wing or something like that. But it was a big one. It took us a day to do this whole thing. 2 days. And then it was completely dismantled. Should have glued that one.
There's a clip out there that you can find. Harrison Ford was on a talk show, and some fan brought out the Lego Millennium Falcon, and they were going to have him sign it. And they went to kind of like hand it to him so he could like take a look at it. He said, "Whoa!" And he throws it, and it just hits the ground and shatters. It's just like, ooh.
Oh my god!
You know, I am getting the sense that Kidder feels left out, so I just need to let him know that there are credible rumors that Lego has entered a licensing agreement with Star Trek, and the big set is rumored to be the Enterprise D. Black Friday 2025, 3,600 pieces. It'll include Picard, Riker, Worf, Geordi, Data, Dr. Crusher, Wesley, Troy, Guinan, and Data's cat, Spot.
I'm waiting.
No.
So,
but better start saving your money now, Kidder.
Here's the question. Here's the question for Kidder. Does he buy
take it out of the box? No.
I was gonna say, do you buy one or do you buy two? You know.
No. Well, if you're financing this, then I'll buy two at least.
Because if it's a 3,600 piece set and it's a licensed product, it's not going to be $60. I can tell you that.
I would bet 300 you're up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it will be. I just was curious if he would, buy two so that he could build one and then leave one in the box. Because if he only buys one, I'd almost guarantee Kidder will leave it in the box.
I thought maybe you were going to say they were going to partner with Metallica and you'd have like a Metallica scene of them up on stage with all of them jamming out and the instruments and everything.
That would be interesting. I just don't know if there's a market for that. There's probably a market of one. And it's on this cup.
Never mind. Those are figures. I found a new. Oh well, never mind. I was going to say something and then I realized that it would be changing topics, and I don't want to take that topic away from you.
Oh, I mean, go ahead, man.
We've been on this one for a while.
Yeah.
I just came across JS's new hot sauce. It's called the bed. It's a heat 12 out of 10. It's 8 fluid ounces and it's hot sauce. Runs at like $18 a bottle. And so I hope that it's hot for that price.
I have seen several variations of the bed. Literally and figuratively. I tried one of them and it just tasted like straight pepper spray. It didn't even taste good. I've seen a couple other ones that have been called the same thing. So it's hard to say.
From the company Bunsters. And there's several variants, I guess.
I don't remember the company, but
there's the original flavor. There's the black label. There's green and gold. The flamin' honey. The aforementioned the bed of the hottest hot sauces. Let's go back. It's actually a bestseller. So apparently people who order love the bed. It's 35,000 on the Scovilles. It's on sale right now for $11.95 a bottle from their website. Retails at $13. Ships within 24 to 48 hours and free shipping on orders $69 or more. That's nice. What other? There's no additional other things of what does it taste like? It's a hot sauce phenomenon because it tastes good. It's round with as many amazing ingredients. Lava hot scorpion chilies. It's balanced like a sauce unicorn. Teetering on the edge of dangerously hot, dangerously addictive, and dangerously messy in the bed. It has won millions of fans all over the globe. It's an amazing gift. It has punchy chilies, a mix of citrus, veggies, coriander, garlic, and ginger. It also has orange
Interesting.
juice in the mix, along with apple cider vinegar, coconut sugar, coriander lime juice, goji berries, ginger, Himalayan pink salt, and potato starch. And it's packaged in a custom-made champagne-inspired bottle.
That actually sounds good. I mean, can't be any worse than that friggin' gummy bear.
You haven't eaten the chips yet, have you?
No, I need to eat the damn chips. My son is gonna murder me pretty soon if I don't eat the things. I keep forgetting about them. He's never home to do the shows here lately, so
Bring the chips with you.
Ooh.
if I can remember, I'll bring him to the Jersey.
I feel that. If I can remember, I'll do this.
And you're not even a dad.
Not that I know.
Just wait. It gets worse, kidder.
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't have kids. Howard,
That
where
was-
we at?
I mean, we got like 8 minutes left.
Oh,
So-
plenty of time to crack open another beverage.
I got 6% left on my phone, so we'll see if we make it to the end of this week.
So since you sons of want to go with the New Belgium, I'll pull out an accumulation IPA and punish myself for the rest of the episode. It's a hazy IPA, a seasonal release, brewed for peak ski season, which probably was a few months ago at this rate. There's a government warning. Don't drink this. 6.5% alcohol by volume, and it allegedly was brewed in July of 2024. God help me.
I mean, I thought you were just punishing yourself for all the swearing you've done in the last like 3 minutes that now I'm going to have to edit.
It's a product. It's on the internet. There's no censoring that. It's a product. Like,
I mean, I never said
Save
that
money.
either, so.
Are they paying their royalties though?
not to us. They should be. We need a
So see, he has to
good
censor the
attorney.
product name.
Who on this show knows a good attorney that'll work for us and not charge us until we actually get paid? No.
I don't think
I don't
that's a
think
thing.
I don't think any attorney can, because an attorney-client relationship doesn't exist until there's an exchange of money.
What about
I mean, it could be $1,
profitability?
but there has to be an exchange of money in order to create
Who wants
legal relationship.
attorneys? Who wants to work for $1? I've got my first earned dollar over there. That's worth at least $3 because I had to strip for the thing.
Worth at least
Yes.
$350.
I need about 350.
Howard says the damn luck this monster's gonna come knocking on his door pretty quick.
Damn it, monster! Get off my lawn! I ain't giving you no 350.
This is actually kind of smooth for an IPA, and so it tastes crisp like the snow, citrusy, but not overly beating you in the head with the grossness garbage of an IPA. And so I'll actually give this a 2.
I was gonna say, I actually said that one was pretty smooth when I tried it too. So I was curious how you felt about that one.
I feel like I don't need another one right now, but
I don't remember if I had that one or not.
I don't recall documenting anybody else having it yet, but
Yeah. I stumbled across a few IPAs in the garage fridge about 3 weeks ago when I was digging out there that may have been part of IPA Appreciation Month, and I just never got to them. So they'll sit in the fridge for a year, and then we'll see how bad they can really get.
they can get good and skunky.
Yeah,
There's an
Unless
anonymous
they-
elephant looking at the sheet right now.
unless they make an untimely end with a shotgun, but you never know. Or pawn them off. Ooh, I should pawn them off in one of the race car kids. That'd be even better. They like free beer.
We just gotta start doing a lot of prop bets with people, where it's we'll bet on this, and hey, loser gives the person a beer. Sorry, Joe, you won again. Here you go.
Yeah.
I don't think there's time left for me to actually open another one and enjoy it. So I'm just
You
gonna hold
on
it
to my already open Pepsi Zero Sugar.
You're just gonna have to be out for a whole another week until you can enjoy another beer with friends on the show.
I know.
Yeah, I know. I'm in the same boat. Yeah.
I've got
I'm,
a quick topic here. Oh, go ahead, JS.
I'm still nursing this gigantic Sapporo, but this thing's freaking good. So.
I was on a road trip last weekend out to Billings, Montana, and while I was there, I picked up a bottle of Bearded Viking mead that I haven't cracked open yet, and looking forward to giving that a try. So maybe I'll try to have a little bit on the show next time I'm on. It's a
really good.
Vanilla cranberry, I think was the flavor. I can't remember off the top of my head now. But
okay, now it sounds terrible. You keep me going until you put cranberry and vanilla in a beer. And yeah, nope. You give it a shot. You tell us how good it is.
if it's good, they had a few other flavors that I want to try too. But
All right.
the one I grabbed was the one that I thought sounded the most appealing that both my wife and I would maybe enjoy. So,
You know, I'm not gonna lie. It could be really good.
right.
Could also be really not.
I mean, that's how most drinks are. It's a lot of, buying beer these days. It's a bit of a crapshoot because stuff could be really good or it could be really terrible. So,
Yeah. Let me grab that. Whoa, you're gonna get more ceiling fan and blue light.
We got to censor that.
So, just so you have a little bit of an idea what might be in your Christmas presents, this is an original Jamaican 7.5%. It's a stout.
It's not a red stripe then.
Hooray, beer!
And that's all it says on there. It's not even it's not a full 12 ounce. It's only a 9.6 ounce, but it is not a red stripe.
and on,
Is it a Cool Runnings mod?
It's not Cool Runnings.
and on this cryptic beer mystery that we'll have to wait to find out the answers to, probably a month from now or so. Kidder! We've been talking for quite a while. It's time we wrap this show up. To do that, we need some cheap plugs.
Howard, have you heard of the internet?
No, never heard of it.
Okay, well, then I can't tell you the website because you won't know what I'm talking about, or any of the shows and places where we are. Final thoughts, over to Howard.
Final thought. Well, that's gonna save on some editing. I just won't. I can just put up all the little lower thirds for the cheap plugs. There we go. There you go. Thanks for saving me some editing. It makes up for all the editing you made me do earlier on the show.
BeerBluesBS.com. You have no idea what that means. Just go there. Doc, final thoughts.
I'm completely lost.
So is the audience.
That's all I got.
Well, we got JS Gunslinger before his phone dies.
Hey, Garrett. I mean, all right. If you're going to buy sketchy things at an Asian market, buy the ones with pretty labels because sometimes they taste good.
I don't want to have to go through the work, but somebody should go back and capture all of these words of wisdom, JS's final thought, and we make a book, the wisdom of the gunslinger, and it's just all of his final thoughts. There we go.
Maybe onto something there.
I mean, I've always wanted to write a book.
I bet you could enlist AI to scrape all the videos and grab JS's final thoughts from all of them.
Yeah, maybe.
Unless one of you guys could figure out how to do that, because it ain't gonna work well for me.
I think you also need to sell a collection of the audio clips too. So you have like the written book, but then also the audio. Because I feel like it sort of has like a Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy vibe to it.
You might be on to something.
Well, I mean, we just get him to record the audio book, then we can put it on Audible.
Well, I mean, he's already said it. Let me just play it live.
He recorded the audiobook. The
He just had
wise
to
man
place
here.
all those clips together.
So remember when Howard said that he didn't want extra editing for future Howard, and then he opened his mouth and just opened up an entire episode of editing for future Howard? That one's on you. Because I said nothing.
Mm-hmm. You did open yourself up to that one, so
to give yourself some time, maybe you make that like a special right before the 300th episode of like special preview.
Better yet, we kickstart the whole thing and we hire an intern to go and do it for me.
Now you're on to something.
Are you hiring the intern before or after you hire a lawyer?
We'll pay the intern in whatever random beer is in everybody's collective beer fridges.
I mean, I'm sure there are people out there who will work for beer.
Kidder's now just hoping that we get him hired before August so that he can take, like, here, there's all my IPAs. You're the intern. You drink them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We got derailed there.
We did get derailed on final thoughts.
Local Geek. He's got probably some pretty good thoughts to wrap this thing up, being all sober and everything.
My final thought is actually the last birthday present I wanted to share with you guys. I've been teasing it the whole episode. It is this beautiful shirt.
Yes. I love it. It fits you well.
It does.
Both figuratively and literally.
Very crafty of you. Very good. I like it. All right. Well, it's time to get on out of here before Howard has some more editing to do. So for this episode, appreciate you joining us as always. I'm still Mark Kidder. Thanks for joining us for this and every episode of Beer, Blues, and BS. Available anytime, anywhere on beerbluesbs.com and every audio app and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. Cheap plugs indeed. We'll catch you on down at snow-covered Tuscan Highway. There's free beer tomorrow. And keep your glass at least half full. Have a good one. See you in the next episode of Beer, Blues, and BS.
You lazy bastard.
You have been listening to a UA production of Beer, Blues, and BS. If you enjoyed the show, help others find out about it by rating the show or leaving a review at your podcast listening service of choice. Thanks for listening, and may your glass never be empty. UA Productions presents A Glimpse Behind the Curtain.
Have a good one. See you in the next episode of Beer, Blues, and BS.
You lazy bastard.
Which one?
I asked Google Gemini to find JS's final thoughts in every episode that he's on, and its response was, unfortunately, I cannot directly access and transcribe the audio content of every single one of those episodes.
Nice.
Man, even Google doesn't want to help future Howard.
Yeah.
You might have to actually go to ChatGPT for that one. Harness the real power of the AI.
I may.
Yeah. It wouldn't actually to be too bad. It's just I have enough editing work to do as is. Because it really is just pull open the like
last 10 minutes of the episode.
Yeah. Go there, find JS's thought, cut it out. Like it,
and we have a list of every episode that he's been on.
Right. So it wouldn't be bad. It would just be it would take some time, you know. And
if I knew how to do that, one, I wouldn't be asking Kidder to edit a video for me for a year, and two, you don't do that for you. But you know,
just don't we have enough topics for a second show. I was talking to my wife before I came down. She's like, "You got good things to talk about today?" I'm like, "No, I haven't done anything. I've work and sleep, man. Work and sleep." Right?
Yeah.
Haven't watched TV.
She was sleeping behind me for the entire last episode, but
nice.
now she thinks that she wants to be part of the conversation.
As long as she can contribute, that's fine.
No, she has nothing to contribute.
All right.
Cuteness and cuddles don't translate.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna share my beer with her. So,
All right, well, let's get this thing off and get on to another wonderful episode of the Triple B. Good.